you're going to find those 2 castle tower keys pretty early on.
Yeah, it does simplify the game quite a bit if you have to do Aga just to get to the Dark World.
So this is probably the only mode where you want to have to do Aga early. But, okay, we're getting started. Both runners starting from Sanctuary.
Nobody opening with Houlihan.
Yeah,
I like opening with Houlihan and Keysanity.
Yeah, I agree. Money is a little bit more difficult to find in this mode. But,
yeah, it comes down to how like the keys are like taking spots in the overworld, so you typically don't find as much money as you normally do.
Yeah. But on the other hand, that makes some dungeons quite a bit more lucrative. Oh, Fearage, I'm finding some bombs from that tree pole.
Yeah, nice heads-up play to kill that green guard with the sign on his way over.
Yeah. We got a full heart container and, ooh, a cape. Well, they're almost going to save and quit, but decides I'm going to grab that. And, okay, interesting play. Just going to check only the Lost Woods. You see this occasionally.
Yeah, he was looking specifically for bombs there and didn't get any, so he'll just get the 50-50 bombs instead.
Yeah. Fear Agent getting those triple bombs gonna be into Kakariko just a little bit sooner than Walter.
Walter getting good RNG, 2 bombs on his first 2 tries.
That, like, never happens.
He will need 3 bombs to get everything in Kakariko, plus 1 extra if he has to get the race game item.
Yeah, I like to go up with 3 bombs. Oh, he does have to get that.
So a little unfortunate. He'll probably use his remaining bomb to get the bomb shack, which is slow but guaranteed bombs.
Yeah. So it looked like we had the Gan's Tower Big Key and Blind's Hut. That's pretty nice to get out of the way.
You don't gotta worry about it anymore. Although now it does mean that one of our hint tiles is going to be completely useless.
Yeah, there is always a guaranteed Ganon's Tower Big Key hint in Keysanity.
Nice compass for Ice Palace. Gotta have those.
How about a hammer?
I mean, I'd rather have the compass.
And there's a Thieves Town Big Key and a mirror. Alright. Pretty nice items to start off with.
Walter checking backup tavern first. Hopefully bombs. No luck. Yeah, he's headed over to that bomb shack. This is rather unfortunate. This is pretty significant time loss compared to Fear Agent's route. Yeah.
That's not even the routing difference, it's just remembering to kill that green guard. By the way, Fear Agent found the bow on the bottle vendor, so Walter's gonna need some money to buy that. Fear Agent had exactly enough.
What are the chances? An extra 20 rupees to top things off. Fear Agent down to 1 bomb though, and he doesn't have enough rupees to buy more. And he'll have to spend this bomb in the race game to get that Moon Pearl.
Yeah.
So this would be kind of awkward for him.
Yeah, I'm guessing you might see a play into Front of Escape next rather than the traditional South Shore route, just because of those lack of bombs.
No arrows.
He's got a hammer, though.
Oh, right, the hammer. You're right. I forgot about the hammer. I like the compass better.
Or you may just see the player's Houlihan, who knows. Probably not this late, though.
No, Julian, I think would be a pretty good call, because then he can just buy bombs on his way over to Sahasrara and Eastern, which he can get into. Although he'll need the Eastern Palace big key as well to full clear the dungeon, so the bow is not enough by itself. I think you're right, though. Front of Escape is probably the most reasonable play.
We do have that mushroom to turn in. Might consider just doing that right away.
He could do mini Moldorm Cave. It's really awkward. Oh, well, he needs a bomb for that too. Never mind.
Yeah, he's gonna go straight for that mushroom, especially since he just saved and quit, so he knows he can save scum here.
Walter finishing up his Kakariko checks. Get his bow. Although he does end with a lot more bombs, so he has plenty more options here.
Oh,
some bombs are fear agent.
what?
I would have just.
He saved and quit. He didn't even pick the bombs up.
Wait, did he save and quit?
He did save and quit.
He didn't hard reset.
No, I'm pretty.
Oh no,
sure
he hard reset. He's getting the mushroom again.
Oh, it looked. Oh, I see. Yeah, it looked like. Okay, I think he brought up the save and quit menu and then remembered last second to hard reset. All right, Walter gonna go South Shore though, and finding a Misery Mire small key. Misery Mire small key is not required, but having one of them is nice. Makes the dungeon a little quicker to route.
Here, remembering that tree pull. Gets some more bombs, and Walter finds a sword right outside the dam. It's gonna make mini Moldorm Cave a lot simpler.
Sure. Fear agent checking the uncle, got 10 arrows. Getting some more bombs there too. And another 10 arrows. Walter just getting all the bomb luck today.
So Fear Agent's going to go into Front of Escape, and it's worth noting here that only the map chest is in Logic.
No, we got the Hyrule small key actually.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, that was in Kakariko.
Did we not track that?
No, there's not a spot on the tracker for it. But
who made this tracker? Okay,
I'm pretty sure we got it in Kakariko somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, because Fear has one key. Now two.
In that case, that makes these next two checks that Fear's headed towards feel so much more valuable than they would be otherwise.
Yeah, that's one thing that's really easy to forget when you do Keysanity is these checks that are normally, they're not quite Sphere 1, but they're kind of like Sphere 1, but in Keysanity, they are locked behind that small key. And Walter, meanwhile, found the Cane of Samaria in Ice Rod Cave. So that's not important now, but will be later.
I'm going to make a bold prediction here. There's something really good on Magic Bat.
Oh, we got powder. Walter could have fake flippered there, but makes sense to put it off when you're somewhat close to Zormon. And probably going to see runners trade places now.
Yeah, I'm sure Fear Agent is thinking the same thing I am. Like, Magic Bat definitely has progression, but South Shore is a much better play, so he'll definitely take care of this first.
Yeah. Especially hoping to find something to make the trip back to Kakariko worth it, like either the flute or bottle, ideally. Or even the shovel, so you can route that in with checking the bat.
Definitely. Nice poke and spin there from Walter. Fear Agent grabs his swordy sword. Oh,
Ooh.
going Agina.
Interesting play.
What a metagamer. I mean, most likely he's just going to save and quit and do Mini Moldorm right after this. But this is a location that can be very, very difficult to route in. And Fear Agent is just going to assume that there's not going to be a better time in doing it now.
Yeah, it's one of those checks that kind of feels bad when it doesn't work out, because usually it doesn't, but sometimes it does.
Just a heart container today.
Well, we'll take heart containers early on in the game, but not what you're really hoping for.
And looks like he's headed straight back south to Mini Moldorm.
And Walter gonna sequence break Dark Cross here. I got a sword, so not too difficult to do this if you know those dark rooms.
Yeah, I imagine the lack of sword is the main reason Fear Agent didn't do this. Although I personally don't think it's that bad without a sword. It is kind of frustrating though, the rope hallway.
Yeah, it's one of those checks. It's like sometimes you want to put it off, and then like an hour later, you're like, oh yeah, and then you find something important there.
So Walter's going to go to the top right of the room here, find the torch, and then... Oh, I don't even know what the heck he's doing. Alright, that works too. With that small key, he can get all the way to the back of the escape now and get to those 3 chests. I have no idea what he did to find the chest there. He didn't line up on the torch like I see most people do. He's just that good. He's just that good at him.
Yeah. Walter is pretty good. Fear Agent finding his cane, and he's not going to save and quit, so I guess we're going to probably see some fake flipper action here. Ooh, almost getting killed by a crab there.
And we got a unique item in the back of Escape.
Yeah. That's basically go mode, right?
Basically.
I also had a Skullwood small key. Skullwood small key is also not required, but they do make it a lot nicer to route than they are logically required.
Yeah, logically you need all 3 Skullwood small keys. One of them is in Pinball Room to get to Macula. Everything else, though, is in logically 0.
And Walter also going to check something Fear Agent skipped, the first chest of Castle Tower. So in Keysanity, since those keys are randomized, you know, there can be progression in here. There isn't today, so Fear's off the hook. But
unfortunately, Fear Agent, not enough rupees to get Zora, so this sequence break here ended up not paying off in the slightest.
He's going to do the sort of unusual water walk to hobo without the boots. Don't see this too often.
Yeah, this is pretty uncommon.
And Walter now heading over to Sahasrara and maybe dip into Eastern.
Why are we not going Magic Bat?
And our green pendant today, Tower of Hera. Oh, there's a lamp. Well, that puts all those checks he just did in logic.
Fear's going back to Carroll Castle to grab those checks that Walter got that he didn't. The one in Castle Tower and the ones in the back. Feeling a lot more confident about these dark rooms, I guess, with the sword now.
Yeah. I don't know if I would do this, but especially like when they're all out of logic, I would tend to go towards.
You got a Magic Bat, right? Because that's clearly the play. But nobody agrees with me. Instead, we're gonna dive into Eastern.
Well, we're gonna find the flute in the Eastern.
Yeah,
or we're gonna find a bottle in Eastern and the flute on the second. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, Eastern's not like a bad play or anything. Like, this is definitely the most dense area that he can go to right now. It feels a little bad to come in here with the bow, but no big key.
Yeah.
But Magic Bat it's even though like the logic is like from my point of view, the logic is saying like go to Magic Bat. Magic Bat is so far away. I gotta walk all the way to Kakariko to do this one really slow check. And if it's nothing, I just lost like 5 minutes of my life.
Yeah, Eastern is the smart play, and Magic Bat is the Galaxy Brain play.
Right. Fairygen has made it through the dark rooms, where he will also get his basically go mode single arrow. And our first hint tile, not helpful.
No, not really. Walter, remembering doesn't have the big key and skipping that big chest, I probably more often than not go to try to open it.
Looks like Fairygen's gonna follow Walter over here. Nobody wants to be the Galaxy Brain.
Ooh, we got a book.
Got something.
So that opens up one check in Desert. Actually, two if you count Desert Ledge.
Okay, so Walter's gonna check out his mushroom. Nice first try fake flipper though.
Yeah, pretty slick.
I know Walter likes to play a lot of cross keys, and this is a very common fake flipper to do in cross keys.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You have a mode where the standard route is to do a glitch, like in the first 30 seconds. And Walter already has powder, so
don't mind if I
need a hard reset.
Oh, he's gonna go to Desert now. I mean, still, like, Walter didn't do the Agina check like Fear Agent did, so this is +1 extra check over here.
Yeah.
Like, it's really likely that he's going to find progression here in Desert area. I just think it's even more likely that there's also something on Magic Bat, and if it's like the Boots or a Desert Palace small key, you know, like, there's lots of things that could have made this trip over here better.
Yeah. But it's hard to argue with 3 items versus 1 item.
Yeah, he's going density for sure.
So I wonder what Fear Agent will do next. Maybe he'll do Magic Bat.
No, he's gonna go to Desert just like Walter. And we are gonna get gloves, so that's good.
Yep.
And that'll be Darkbolt access. So he'll be able to check Magic Bat on his way to entering the Dark World over at Village Outcast, I suppose.
Yeah, or he has a mirror so he can just kind of do it while he's doing the village.
Yeah, sure. Obsessed with Magic Bat? Oh my gosh. If Magic Bat has no progression, I will eat my hat. You heard it here first.
Well, I'm thinking our next progression is going to be back at Thieves Town. That's my call.
Yeah, it seems pretty likely, but we got that big key.
Of course, no one ever wants to go in there without the small key, but you might have to. And Fear actually proving his bells wrong going up to Castle Tower. To
oh, you didn't. He didn't do this before. I thought maybe he did it after checking the back.
Did Walter get the Desert Big Key?
No, he's still in the small key.
Okay. It's a risky play, but I guess if you're
he's gonna Death Warp right here, and then save and continue. And then this way he can go spend that small key, and if it's nothing, he can just hard reset, and it'll keep track before he used the key.
I didn't even think of doing this, but this is a good play. Of course, it kind of sucks that you have to. In fact, I would have just gone back in through the front. I think that'd be faster than walking
I wouldn't
all the way around.
I wouldn't do this at all, honestly. I don't like this gamble in this position. Like, you just got Dark World access, like the entire world's opened up, and this is a really long walk over to the right side. But it could be something. It's possible.
Yeah, I guess you kind of feel like when you've gone out of your way to walk over here, you want to maximize everything you can get out of it. Alright, nothing here, so we're going to see a hard reset. And looks like we are going to see Hype Cave next.
This density.
Now, let's see a really nice Hype Cave for once in a while. Let's give us like the Boots and Titan's Mitts. Something
usually not so bad
like that.
in Keysanity.
Sorry, what?
It's usually not so bad in Keysanity.
Oh, yeah.
just because like there's so many more things that are like qualified as progression items.
Well, it's not the greatest start.
It's technically a progression item.
Oh, commentator's curse. That was
Yep.
as awful a
I
hype
mean,
cave as you'll ever see.
Maps and compasses are logically required for bosses, so maybe kind of progression.
Yeah, well, the lamp is logically required. No one cares about that.
You know, the worst part about that logic is that the bosses can drop their own maps and compasses.
Yeah, that's the part I don't
Like,
get.
it doesn't make any sense. Like, why even make them required then?
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna see cave 45 now. That's a small key. It's a pod. Alright, so we begin our pod small key collection. It looks like Fear's doing the same thing as Walter.
He didn't set up the death warp though.
Yeah, so he's gonna be disappointed here, and he's gonna have to find that desert small key then.
Am I mistaken? He didn't death warp, right?
Honestly wasn't
I
paying
didn't-
attention to the
I
screen.
didn't see him do a death warp. Well, he's saving and quitting, so definitely didn't death warp.
Well, that
So that's a really so effectively Fear Agent just added one more item to his required items to find list, right? Like he now has to get the Desert Palace small key, where
Yeah.
Walther would be able to skip it. I don't know what Walther was doing in that dig game. Was he trying to write us a message?
he was doing something.
It's pretty much the weirdest dig game route I've ever seen.
Looks like we are now gonna get that magic bat check.
Nope. Oh, no, he changed his mind. He started going to the left. Then he remembered. And before something amazing. Gosh darn it.
Oh,
Good thing
well,
I don't wear a hat.
now we're getting a check here of the bomb shop guy. We find out Skull Woods and Ice Palace gonna be the red crystals.
I'll eat it later. I'm full. So Fear Agent going over to Pyramid Catfish. This is pretty much in line with like the same reason he went to Agina earlier. It's just they're difficult locations to route in a large variety of seeds. So getting them early can save you from a big headache later. And this is especially strong in All Dungeons Keysanity, where the odds that you're going to skip these two checks is greatly diminished.
Well, just a heart piece on the pyramid. Walther headed up into Skull Woods now. So, in the pinball room here, now there's always a guaranteed small key, but in the new version coming up, version 31, there will not be a guaranteed small key if you are going to play on the advanced settings. So that means you might drop in and have no key to get out and have to save and quit.
Yeah, I think the standard routing will be to grab the pot key in the middle of Skullwoods first before you ever come in here.
Yeah.
Or at least wait to come here until you find a small key in Keysanity.
Yeah. But this is version 30, and we don't have to worry about that yet. And just a map from the Catfish. Fear's not interested. It
Yeah,
is
it's
all
all
dungeon, so
dungeons.
the maps are pretty unimportant.
He will be able to get that Zord check that he wasn't able to grab earlier. Both boomerangs and Skullwoods. Nice.
Nice.
All the unique items. Yeah, with this being all dungeons, like, they're gonna have to do all the dungeons, so it's very much less important than normal, like, to know which ones are the pendants or crystals. You just go to the ones that you can full clear and then find out what it was after you get the boss down. Zora only having some bombs.
Same with C-shaped house there.
While they're doing all these village outcast checks before Thieves Town, just in case we get the small key.
There's a Meyer big key. That is absolutely a required item.
Walter didn't go check Bumper Cave, did he?
No. I don't think so.
A little unusual not to do that since he does have that cave.
Well, he's already done the south part of the Dark World, so he may be planning to go up there after.
Rip the commentary restream. I have no idea what's happening.
Oh, it's back.
Alright, okay, we're back, we're back.
Alright, Walter's in Thieves Town now, finding the hookshot.
What, really?
Try refreshing.
No, I just saw it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, our commentary stream died for a moment there, but we're back. So that hook shot makes Death Mountain a lot more attractive after this. Actually, we already had access to it with the hammer and mirror, but that just makes it a little easier to get around.
Yeah, plus you find like the mitts up there. Now you can grab Hookshot Cave too. Walter ran into a little trouble, down to 3 hearts. Might have to be a little careful here. If he can get to the jail cell, he'll be able to get a quick heal there.
Yeah, there's a couple anti-fairies around though, and he's got that powder.
Well,
I always love how the fairy turns into like a ghost fairy. I think that's because of there's too many sprites on the screen. The game doesn't know what to do, so it turns into a ghost for some reason.
So Fear Agent's going over to Graveyard Ledge, but he didn't check Bumper. I mean, he could just do it on the way back, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they have like a gentleman's agreement to not check it.
Just ignore Bumper Cave the entire scene.
Such a random location to pick, too. Oh, wow.
So
Alright.
this works out really well for Fear Agent, since he's coming from the north. So now he'll be able to do Smith sequence on his
Yeah.
first trip to Village of Outcasts.
So hopefully Walter gets that, but I am slightly worried he might decide to do Bumper Cave into Death Mountain instead and put off Graveyard Ledge. So let's hope he doesn't do that.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. And there is something on Bumper Cave.
Yeah, that's a big key. They're getting harassed by that murdered dactyl.
I don't know how many boomerang hits it takes to kill a murderedactyl, but surely it's less than the hammer or a sign.
I know you can kill the crows with the boomerang. I'm not sure about the murder dactyls.
It seemed to be taking damage. I've never actually tried though.
Here, a big key. That's definitely required. And Walter, almost perfect blind fight. Missed the last hit, but not really a big deal. And does get a crystal out of it. Fear Agent checking Lumberjack, and that's a big key.
Probably gonna need that.
Yeah, most likely. So they're gonna want to find those castle tower keys soon.
Oh, Fear's going up the mountain. Or he wants to. He put his mirror too close.
Alright, Walter heading up to Bumper Ledge. Let's see what he does after that. Will be important. Oh, yeah, Fear didn't do Thieves Town, doesn't have that hook shot.
There's things that could happen that make this work out in his favor, right? Like maybe he finds the Thieves Town small key up the mountain, and then he'll be able to full clear Thieves Town.
Yeah. Fear hopping in, get that free health refill from the old man. And
Walter, no!
Walter is doing what I was worried about. He's going up the mountain and leaving those Titan Smiths behind. So this is kind of like, this is hard to say how this is going to work out. It depends where the items fall on Death Mountain. Because if there's something important, say in Super Bunny Cave, that would be really good for Fear Agent. But if it's in Hookshot Cave, that would be better for Walter.
So, I mean, Walter can get bailed out for orphaning Graveyard Ledge, right? Like, if he finds flippers, then he can do, like, Graveyard Ledge to Catfish to Zora checks.
Yeah.
That'll make it a lot easier for him to make that decision. But, like, if the flippers are just Mitzlock, then, like, why would he ever go to Graveyard Ledge?
Or the boots to bring him along to
yeah, that's true.
King's Tomb as well. And also, Graveyard Ledge is one of those locations that has, I believe it's a 50% chance that there's going to be a hint in the game somewhere for Graveyard Ledge. So,
I can't confirm the percentage chance of it being chosen, but it is one of the like bad locations.
yeah. Getting a check now of Ether Tablet. A small key that steals light. Does that mean pod?
It does mean pod, but I don't blame you for not immediately understanding that.
Yeah. Some of the hints are a little cryptic sometimes.
It could have just said a small key of darkness or something, which would have been way more clear.
I get a shovel in here.
Well,
all right.
I mean, who cares if your routing sucks if there's just hint tiles to bail you out? Gosh darn it.
And Fear is really not happy about that hint at all. We do also get, by the way, a Turtle Rock small key, the first of 4. So we need at least 3 Turtle Rock small keys, but we need all 4 if we want to full clear the dungeon.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, you guys. Okay, I'm kidding. Like, Walter not doing Graveyard Ledge wasn't like the biggest gamble or the worst play ever or anything. Like, it made a lot of sense for him to come up here because he was like right there, you know? Just got the hook shot, makes all this so much better.
And so we got the Bombos Medallion and a second Turtle Rock small key in here. I'll be back in just 1 minute.
I'll miss you.
I'll miss you too.
And now we get to fight Caterpie here in Tower of Hera. Walter's going to opt for some hammer strats. Cutting a little closer on that last hit, but he makes it. Your agent right behind. Small key for pod. And the green pendant. And of course, with the hammer, Walter can continue over to East Death Mountain. Fear Agent will likely be doing the same. Big divergence right now. Fear Agent getting those mitts from Graveyard Ledge, although Walter knows there's a unique item there. Fear Agent has done the flipper checks and got nothing for it, and Walter has done Thieves Town and got the hook shot. And that was a small key up on Floating Island. We can get that one for Fear Agent anyway. And that was a pendant over at Desert.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
What'd I miss?
They killed Moldorm.
Cool. I did see Desert was a pendant. Could we have all Light World pendants? That'd be cool.
And it was Quake to open up Turtle Rock. We don't have that one yet. Super Bunny, pretty empty. Fear Agent will go grab that small key now, I bet. Maybe do Spiral first. Yet another pod key. Walter's saving and quitting. Disagree, Walter. What about Spike Cave? We're just not going to do Spike Cave today? Okay, alright.
And that floating island key was for Castle Tower, so that's pretty good.
I guess it's the one more location there. Of course, Walter skipping out on Spike Cave is not going to make a difference because he is going to get the Mitzier Great Privilege soon, and he'll be able to do it up then.
Yeah, Bill McD making a point. Spike Cave is not in logic, not without half magic or a bottle, but still could have got it,
right?
What?
I mean, it's gonna be in logic. There's like 4 items that qualify as a magic refill.
Everything's in logic eventually, although not in version 31 it won't be. So version 31 will have a fun little mode where you can actually get completely locked out of entire dungeons and just never be able to access them. So, what does Walter do after he funds a miss? Does he go straight back to Death Mountain? Or does he go somewhere else?
I think he goes straight back to the mountain.
It's also got the option of the Smith chain. And palms the graveyard ledge.
Fear Agent, a man of intelligence, though, headed over to Spike Cave for me. I mean, I don't think Spike Cave is anything. Like, it can be, it can't be. It's just really efficient to grab it right now while you're already up on the mountain.
Yeah. And
Like
we're going to see that Kern jump from Walter.
Like, from Walter's point of view, Spike Cave might have been the mitts. And if it was the mitts, then, like, he last locations it, right?
Yeah. And getting that Kern jump on the second try. Nicely done.
And it was the bottle. Alright, Spike Cave is now in logic, right? I mean...
Alright, where's Fear headed next? Is he going to check? Or is he... I don't know what he's doing. Myers a crystal, by the way.
Yeah, red crystals at ice and Stolwitz as well. Although I guess we already knew that, didn't we?
Okay, Fear is, okay, taking a bit of a roundabout... Oh, he hasn't done these checks yet, I see.
Yeah, I guess his thinking is, like, he can't take the Smith with him, or the Smith or the purple chest with him to dig game, so he's just gonna start from the bottom and do dig game first, and then head up to Smith sequence.
Yeah, just seems kind of inefficient because you have to go up and back down again with the purple chest.
Well, you'd have to do that anyway to get dig game, right?
Yeah, but you have to go even farther with the purple chest. I guess he'll be able to write in a Bombos tablet check along with it.
And Walter is going straight back up the mountain, following his Zora check. I mean, at least for Walter's side of the screen, right? It's been all about the item density so far.
Yeah.
Every time he had like no clear place of where to go, he just immediately went to wherever the most items were.
Makes sense. Alright, Fear gonna do that dig game, and we're gonna see what he left behind in Hookshot Cave as well.
So if we do find anything good in Hookshot Cave, this can spell bad news for Fear Agent. It's like there's a big difference between having Hookshot Cave to do and having Hookshot, Super Bunny, and Spike Cave to do, you know? Like, it might be a while before he makes his way back up there after he gets this Hookshot.
Well, got a sword.
AKA a pod key.
Ooh, ice big key. And flippers, wow. That is quite a collection of items.
I'm thinking ice is looking pretty good. Pretty good!
No, you definitely have to go in the swamp to check that one chest. No,
You would do that,
is,
wouldn't you? You would do that. It's going to be vanilla small key, and I'm going to lose a race to you because of something like that.
Man, I've had that happen like once where I've gone in the swamp and it was hammer in the first chest.
I'm going to call you out on it, and you're just going to be like, well, I mean, it really looked like the play. This guy.
And that sword could also be important if Bombo's tablet has something.
So Walter will head back over to Ether Tablet here, grab his pod key, and likely do Spike Cave afterwards.
But he skipped Spike Cave before. He can't do it now.
Well, if you don't do it on your first trip, you have to do it on your second, right?
You could do it on your third, or fourth, or fifth.
I feel like there's a problem when you're planning to climb the mountain 5 times.
It's Keysanity. You have to do lots of mountain trips.
The fairy does nothing for you, Walter. It's okay. Spikes do a wholehearted damage. There's no difference between half a heart and a whole heart.
He just needs those sword beams.
Oh, what was it? I looked away. It was bombs? Probably bombs. It's always bombs.
Yeah, didn't Fear did it earlier.
Did what? Spike
Spike Cave?
Oh, yeah, he did. That's right. I remember now.
Looks
I'm
like
with
Walter
you.
is headed
Yeah, this is
straight
ice.
to ice. Yeah. Oh look, Turtle Rock's the last pendant.
Sweet.
Walter buying the single heart.
It's actually impactful to have sword beams in the front of Ice Palace.
Yeah, it does help. I just always find it funny when you buy that.
It's one of the like 3 places in the whole game where you actually want to have sword beams.
Alright, Fear headed into Thieves Town, got that hook shot now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's happy to find the hook shot, but kind of regretful that he didn't come here to get it before going up the mountain.
Yeah. I gotta love this Bombos animation. Alright, Heart Container and Mimic Cave. Not a bad hint.
Walter went and bought the heart, but then lost his sword beams on the way to ice. Feels bad, man. Now we get some slick bomb strats. Unless he places the bomb in the wrong spot. He had to swipe that guy, but he made it. He placed the bombs a little too far south, so the top left indicator went down instead of right. And he had to swipe it into the bomb explosion.
Unique item in Swamp Palace. Ooh,
Finish
Fear.
What the heck, man?
That grasshopper to death. Walter with a nice bomb jump there. No buffers.
I never see anybody do buffers for the Ice Palace bomb down.
I sometimes do them because, you know, my D-pad sucks.
I mean, doing it with buffers is faster than failing it and doing it on the second attempt, right?
I don't know. Because, like, you can just restart it right away. And doing, like, 7 buffers is, like, several
Yeah, I guess
seconds.
the number of buffers comes into play, sure.
Oh, Walter would have liked that full magic refill, probably. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter with no fire rod.
Yeah, not super impactful. I mean, you could use, like, cape strats, I guess, and Master Sword spins.
Hey. Small key to Swamp Palace. That's pretty nice.
It's important to note, though, that the hint, there's a unique item in Swamp Palace, disproportionately refers to the big chest, which we cannot get.
Yeah, the hint system is weird. There's a big key.
Never
Just
mind.
one palace.
We can get it now. It's fine. What
Yeah,
the
I
heck?
guess ice is the play. And followed by swamp. Another pod small key.
Oh, Fear opting not to check Bongo status? Or is he just going to re-enter the Dark Club?
Interesting.
Nope,
No,
just
he's
not gonna
skipping the bombo stab.
check. Well, this will work out for him pretty good, though, because now he'll be able to check it with Swamp.
Yeah.
Of course, it remains to be seen when he's going to go get that Master Sword from Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, he, I don't know if I see him diving Ice Palace without the flippers. But that might be preferable to going into pod with only 3 keys.
Yeah, Ice definitely does not look as appealing to Fear Agent right now without having gotten that big key or the flippers. Looks like we are going to go pod.
And Walter finding a really nice item there, the flute. So, an hour and 1 minute into the seed, we finally have a way to get around the world a little bit faster. I love all dungeons keys, but for some reason it seems like whenever I play this, it's always late boots or like boots in GT. It's really annoying.
I feel like that happens to me every seed, not even just all dungeons Keysanity. Our first look at the green pendant. And it was not. Oh, Walter getting bopped. He's currently 1 hit from death, opts to take the potion.
I think I tend to use sword spins here just because you can hit multiple puffs at the same time.
Yeah, it just comes down to personal preference. I tend to do that same play, though. If I have the Master Sword, I just completely forget that I have the hammer.
Another key. Cisco Woods, okay. That one's not so important. But there is a crystal for Walter that is 3 dungeons down. So Fear Agent really needs this pod to pay off. You know what would be really good for Fear is if the pod big key was here in pod. Because that Tower of Hera key needs fire. Oh my god. That is hilarious.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, Fear definitely is at a bit of a disadvantage, missing all that stuff out of Hookshot Cave. So he really needs to find something good here in pod.
Yeah, currently Hookshot Cave is really awkward for him to decide to go up there. Like, it's a little orphan. It's still 4 items, though, so there's not a ton of things he can do before that starts looking pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe if he finds, like, the Quake medallion, that'll bring him back in that direction.
Was there progression in the big chest in Ice?
Honestly don't remember, but there's another pod key in pod, which seems to always happen in keys.
Yeah, 4 keys is the magic number for full clearing the dungeon. If you do the hammer jump and don't open the center door. Although it is very awkward to route it like that.
Yeah, he also needs the big key. Yeah, it's so much more comfortable with 5 small keys.
I see our small and sick kid. It was a heart piece in the big chest of ice. Okay, so that's good. So I was thinking Fear Agent might sequence break Ice Palace instead of going up to Hookshot Cave. And with nothing in the big chest, that means he won't be punished for it.
There's a sword in Pod, which is nice to have, but not really what he's looking for at the moment. Okay, there's an Ice Palace small key. So that's kind of nice. It'll make Ice Palace a little quicker. But it also might make him go to Ice Palace before going to the mountain.
All right,
Well,
Walter.
okay, there's the Quake Medallion.
Sweet.
That's really good for Fear.
So Walter headed into Swamp Palace. This makes a ton of sense for him. He can full clear it, you know? That's pretty much all you need to make the decision to go into a dungeon in all dungeons.
Yeah. Fear setting up for that hammer jump now.
Oh,
he might be a little too late here.
Yeah. Yeah. He found the right visual cue, but he was up like 8 pixels. He was looking at the wrong one for a second.
Walter getting a hint about that purple chest.
Nice reward for him, though. He hasn't done those checks yet.
Oh, that's a nice
Oh,
reward.
look! A unique item in Swamp Palace.
See, my play would have paid off.
Definitely. Ooh, big key to Eastern, though. That is actually fantastic.
That is really nice. Okay, Fear can immediately full clear Eastern. He's gonna finish with Pod first, though.
Yeah, so with the Master Sword now, he knows he can get to that last small key on the Ether tablet. So he's not worried about spinning his final key here.
Yeah. And from a competitive point of view, that's really good for Fear, just because that's like something that'll make Walther put off this area for a little longer. And hey, there's an Ether Medallion, so we're not worried about Meyer. But yeah, so say, for example, if the Pod big key is in Turtle Rock, Walther will probably last location that Quake Medallion if he has no other real reason to come back to Pod. On the other hand, he does have 5 Pod small keys. Oh, never mind. There's the Pod big key.
So this seed it's just lining up for Walther, right? Like,
yeah.
Like he did the Dark Death Mountain play, got all the Ice Palace things, then got all the Swamp things. Now he's going to get all the Pod things. Then he gets all the Eastern things.
Yeah, that Pod, that was like what Fear kind of needed, was to have that Pod big key locked away somewhere, but unfortunately it wasn't. So I'm kind of struggling to come up with scenarios where Fear can catch up here. I mean, it is rando, anything can happen, but definitely looks like Walther has a sizable advantage.
Yeah, Walter's even gonna get to single dip pod.
So, I guess it's starting to get towards that time where we can start thinking about what we need for go mode. Oh, is that a rod?
I was not watching.
Chad saying it was ice rod, so that is, well, that's one less thing. So we're gonna need the fire rod. We need another castle tower key. And we need desert big key. And turtle rock big key. So fire rod, desert big, turtle rock big, and castle tower key. So that's 4 things we need. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think you're right. We might need like a force TR small though. And Fear needs the desert small.
Oh, right. Oh, that could be... Man, that could be awful. So maybe Fear dips Turtle Rock and the Fire Rod is in the front there, and maybe that would help him, but that might just push him towards going back to Skull Woods and doing other stuff. That's actually our first GT small key, surprisingly. But yeah, Walter having those boots and Fear gonna be a while before he gets them, probably. So the longer Walter has those boots, I mean, just that's more checks he's able to do more quickly and just pull even farther ahead of Fear.
Yeah, Fear comes up here, he grabs his pod small key, and then he'll head over to Hookshot Cave, where he then, you know, does all the things that Walter has been doing this whole time. Ice in the storm.
And there's that hint in Hera that really kind of just decided this race almost. I mean,
yeah, that was a pretty big difference maker. Walter going up the mountain without the mitts, and Fear going up without the hookshot, but with the mitts. Walter gets bailed out by the hint tile to go get the mitts, and Fear Agent, unfortunately, kind of orphaning Hookshot Cave a little bit.
Yeah. So Fear missing the boots and also the flute, so that's just going to add so much time to his overworld travel time.
Personally, I think they both made the wrong call. I would have done Graveyard Ledge and Thieves Town before going up the mountain.
I thought you were going to say Magic Bat.
Oh, well, yeah, I would have done Magic Bat like way earlier and gotten super punished for it. Because what I thought would happen was, I thought Walter would go over and check Graveyard Ledge before deciding to go up the mountain, and I thought Fear Agent, upon getting the mitts, would have gone down to Thieves Town and done Smith Sequence. But they both decided to go to the mountain earlier than I expected.
Alright, we're finally going to get this Bombos tablet checked. And I think at this point, Fear probably realizes he's behind here. And he is going to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, definitely an interesting call for him.
So really, Fear's...
Yeah.
Fear really needs the Fire Rod to be in Turtle Rock if he wants to have any hope of, like, kind of... But even then, he doesn't have the Ice Rod, so he's still going to have to double dip here. Whereas, that would mean Walter would not have to double dip it. So... Yeah, I mean... Things are just kind of looking not that good for Fear, and very good for Walter.
So Walter's doing these overworld checks. He's specifically looking for like the Eastern Palace Big Key so that he can combine Pod and Eastern together. What he doesn't know though is that the Eastern Palace Big Key is just in Pod, and he doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Is a useless at this point Ice Palace small key.
He's gonna spend this key to get to the lava chest. This is interesting.
And it's just bombs.
Yeah, so like just like with the desert small key earlier, Fear Agent just added one more item to I gotta get this to finish the game list, right?
I think though, like from the perspective of like feeling behind, that's actually kind of not a bad gamble to make. Because most people are going to skip that chest and go to Laser Bridge. So if he finds, you know, something important in there, oh, we don't have the Turtle Rock Big Key. I guess that's kind of a thing.
I mean, it may not punish him, like if he just finds another TR small on the way. It feels pretty bad.
Yeah.
Are we checking Mimicate? Did we get a hint for that? Woof, woof, woof. Yes, puppies, I hear you.
Someone got a hint for it. I'm not sure if Fear got that hint, though. I'm pretty sure it was a heart container, though.
that hair basement hint, though. So funny. It's like, it's not helpful in any way, because you don't even think about that check until you have the small key for it, and you're never going to get the small key for it.
Yeah.
Alright, Fear Agent, not many options on this plate right now. It's going to go into Ice Palace.
Yeah, so this is obviously, so he's got to go here and then go to Swamp. I'm really trying to struggle to think of any like kind of crazy gambles he could make that might help him catch up here.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is like maybe Walther gives up his lead by not full clearing Pod. Like, we see Walther, he's immediately going after the boss. This is like pretty typical routing. But if he says, you know what, I don't need anything else in Pod, and leaves and goes up to TR, then he's gonna have to come back to Pod later and lose as much time. But like, he's never gonna do that.
Yeah, that seems, with 6 Pod small keys, that seems pretty unlikely. Yeah, it's going to take probably like a really big mistake, like just forgetting a location or something on Walter's end.
Yeah, and the big takeaway though is that it's going to be Walter that lets Fear win. I don't think there's anything Fear can really do to come back by himself at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll all come down to like Ganon's Tower routing or something, right? If the
I was thinking like
the Turtle Rock Big Key is in there.
Maybe you decide to gamble that that Castle Tower key is upstairs to GT and just skip the whole basement. I mean, that's kind of a crazy gamble to make, but if you are certain you're behind, that is the type of thing you could do. So question in chat, how did Fear fall so far behind? The main thing is he went up to the mountain before doing Thieves Town, and Thieves Town had the hook shot. So Fear missed out on Hookshot Cave, which had a bunch of goodies, had the flippers, had a sword, had the Ice Pal's big key. Most importantly, though, the flippers.
Yeah, it was the Go to Ice Palace package.
And Fear is on his last bomb there. Finally gets that.
It would not have been the end of the world if he failed the bomb jump. Like
Yeah.
he has a small key and the Key to Samaria. That's all you need.
Just nobody knows how to route Ice Palace without the bomb jump.
Oh, that's true. The Agate Tower small key that could also be in Guinness Tower.
Just want to take another moment to give some shout outs. I want to shout out to our tracker, Jinxie Girl. Doing a great job today. Keysanity not easy to track, especially all dungeons. And our runners, Walter the Fourth and Fear Agent, give them a follow. They're both fantastic runners, a lot of fun to watch. I'm going to throw some links up in chat so you can click on them.
So Walter's doing the hammer jump, and it's taking him forever, and there's no point in him doing it. For swag, though, right? It's all for the swag. Walter picks up his Eastern Palace big key. He's very happy to see that. Meanwhile, Fear Agent getting a flute.
And there's that quake for Walter, so where does Walter go next after? So, well, he's going to do Eastern Palace, obviously, but I guess Meyer, yeah. So, most important item that we're missing is that fire rod.
Yeah, which is likely just in Meyer.
Yeah, most likely, but that's not the most fun location it could be.
What's the most fun?
I don't know. Maybe,
We've seen everything else, right?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, it could be like the one of the big keys is in Meyer, and that leads to the fire rod. But like that's still fire rod in Meyer.
I think it was Ice and Skull Woods were the red crystals.
Yes.
So fire rod cannot be Pyramid Fairy. Walter coming up on Harmless Knights. And Fear gonna go straight to Swamp. Finally, we'll get those boots. Not even gonna activate the flute first. Says I want to get to Swamp immediately.
Oh, that's right. We have one more chest in Castle Tower we can get to. That could have the fire. Good.
That'd be awful.
Oh, we can mark off Eastern Dun for Fear as well. I just noticed that wasn't clicked. He was able to do that after doing Pod. Well, they're just full clearing Crystal Dungeons left and right. Every one he goes to gives him the things he needs for the next one.
And that's just how Keysanity goes sometimes. It can be a very linear mode where I think just because it's like there's so many more items that you need for each dungeon that when you get those items, it's usually a lot more obvious where to go.
Toss the burb. He tossed the burb!
Nice.
He only did it because I told him to.
I hope Walter uses that last arrow on Vitreous. That's that single arrow coming in handy. And just a heart piece in the lobby chest.
Fear might skip left side.
That is quite a gamble to make.
Yeah, I just gotta think, like, he's probably not feeling that great about his route through the game so far. Skipping left side is definitely a way to save some time. He's doing it, though.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of wonder, like, you know, when I'm in this position, you know, you can think like, oh, I can still win if I do the right gambles, or are you just like, I just want to get through this and get this over with?
Yeah, I say this all the time, but it's the difference between routing the game with the intention of getting first place overall and routing the game with the intention of getting like top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
Because the guy who gets first in like a large race like this typically has the God Vision route, right?
Yeah.
He made like all the right gambles. Or at least like the one big one that everybody else didn't do.
And Walter getting a hint for left side mire in left side mire, as happens somewhat often. On Walter's end, though, do you think, like, does Walter feel ahead, do you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like everything's just completely lined up for him. He got the single dip, ice, swamp, pod, eastern, mire. Usually Keysanity is just littered with tons and tons of double dips.
Yeah.
So for a seed like this one, where you got to just have this long string of just full clearing coastal dungeons, gotta feel really good.
And there's Intro Rock Big.
TR.
Alright, so we are missing Desert Palace Big, Castle Tower Small, and Fire Rod. So 3 things left to find. And 2 of those can be in GT. So chances are at least one of them will be.
Yeah, really likely at this point. Maybe that's how Fear Agent comes out ahead, right? Vanilla, Castle Tower, Small Key.
Well, that's right. Yeah, chat reminding us there was a big key on the Lumberjack ledge. So, could be there.
Like, yeah, there's a situation where, like, Walter full clears GT and Fear Agent Gomo's it. That could happen.
Yeah, but even then, I think, like, that's still not going to make up enough time to catch up.
It's like 7 minutes.
Is it that long?
To do the whole basement, yeah.
I didn't think it was that long, but okay.
I mean, it's like napkin math. I'm sure somebody else has actually timed it out better. But I'm pretty sure it's, like, close to that.
Alright, let's see how Walter tackles Victorious. He's only got 6 arrows, so he's gonna have to... Okay, he's gonna use a cape.
Six arrows is all you need.
Yeah, the big eyeball does take damage if you hit it while you're hitting the small eyeballs, so normally you need 8 arrows to kill it, but only 6 needed for Walter. And that's 6 crystals.
So Fear Agent's like Helmasaur and a Mire full clear behind right now.
And he needs that Desert Palace small key. Where the heck is that? Is it? No, this is not it. Cause, this is Gans Tower small key.
Looks like Walter's going to go after the boots checks now.
Yeah, I think this is about the only overworld we haven't seen.
No, Fear Agent doing them too.
Alright. We got 20 bucks in the King's Tomb.
And with that inopportune menu to the flute, Fear Agent takes the lead on the race to Bog Rocks. It was just a compass.
Oh no, Fear gives up the lead. With
Oh yeah,
his own menu.
He has to go full clear Mire and kill Helmasaur. I always forget that.
Maybe if we just mark it off on his tracker, that means that he's finished it. And we can make the race close again. Isn't that how it works?
Pretty sure.
Cool.
So Walter's going to go into TR here, and he only has 3 small keys, but we found out from Fear Agent that the lava chest is nothing, so Walter won't even be punished for skipping it.
Yeah. And it would make no sense for him not to skip it.
Yeah, it would be a very unusual decision if he does get the lava chest from this position.
Alright, Fear headed towards Meyer now.
Yeah, unfortunately, like, all of these dungeons had something important. So, like, there's not even any opportunity for Fear Agent to, like, go mode something and save time.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna find that TR big key in here. Walter did steal the small key for Desert earlier in the seed, but he save scummed it, so he still has that small key available. Fear Agent also stole the small key, but did not save scum, so he'll have to find the Desert Palace small key to finish Desert.
Yeah. And the worst part is, with Desert being a pendant, that small key could be almost anywhere.
Yeah, very similar situation to Fear Agent. Also spent a small key for Turtle Rock to get the lava chest, and he'll need one more small key to full clear that dungeon as well.
And that's also a pendant.
Yeah, so probably going to be progression in Ganon's Tower for Fear.
Walter's been putting that powder to work.
It's so weird to me. I almost never use the powder. I know it makes me sound arrogant, like, oh, I'm so good, you guys. I never take damage, but it's like that's not true either. It never occurs to me to use the powder. I just walk around with one heart all the time.
Do you use the double heart speed beep?
No. I think I'm on half speed.
I always use quarter speed, but if you ever want to troll a restream, I know Frostbite loves to do that.
Yeah, I think there was a race last week maybe where it was his audio, and then whoever the setup helper was switched the audio once they realized it was on double speed.
I think for Oko, they should just always have the heart beep on. Because you're always going to die next hit.
It'd be cool if they could, if you could get the heart containers, right? But your hearts will never go over 3 or something. So once you have like 7 hearts, you're just constantly beeping. No one has checked the second chest in Castle Tower yet.
Alright, Walter, up the laser bridge. Is that fire rod here? Or is anything here?
Showing off some really sexy walk skips here.
Yep, there we go. Fire rod on laser bridge.
Not that he needs
The
to,
dream.
because he has some mirror shield.
Well, Mirror Shield was on laser bridge. Alright, so well, they're gonna finish off Trinex here. Then I imagine he goes to Skull Woods and then straight to GT, because really there's not much else to do.
So all Walter needs, the only thing he's looking for in this entire game right now is the big key for Desert Palace and the small key for Castle Tower. But we have information of a big key on Lumberjack. So there is a world where like Walter finds the Castle Tower key quickly in Ganon's Tower and then doesn't do anything else up there. It just goes to kill Aga and get the big key off Lumberjack.
Yeah, that's a tough call to make, whether you should
Yeah, I think
handle like that or not.
it comes down to like how early you find the Castle Tower key, because that big key could be for Skull Woods.
Yeah. And that would be very feels bad, man.
I kind of hope it is the Skull Woods big key, but that the Desert Palace big key's in the Skull Woods big chest. Because that would be amazing. Oh, Walt never checked Lumberjack? Oh. Well, never mind then, he's gonna full clear GT.
If you're taking on Vitreous now, I'm not going to use the cape. Getting bodied a bit. Might want to pull out the cape here, Fear.
Yeah, you don't have...
He is a
enough
fairy.
cards. Oh, okay. Whew! Close one.
But still, probably faster to pull out the cape and have to be revived.
He had enough hearts to do it without the cape. He just
Yeah, he got bodied
made
a
a
bit
little
there.
mistake there. I think you need what, like 7 hearts and a bow?
I am not sure off the top of my head.
Surprising that Walter didn't check Lumberjack though when he was doing the bridge checks. But I guess like, you know, when the Castle Tower key is one of your 2 go mode items,
Yeah.
that you're gonna need whatever's there is pretty unlikely.
Mothula being pretty annoying, hugging those spikes, but gets them down eventually.
No progression. But that is our 7th crystal, you guys.
So we do still have the bridge chest to check here, but I imagine... Is there even anything left outside GT? Okay, there's the one Castle Tower chest. That's about it.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna play the Castle Tower small key game. As soon as Walter checks this. Assuming this isn't the Castle Tower small key itself, that means that the Castle Tower key will either be in GT or in vanilla. There are 27, right? Is that right? 27 chests in GT?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 1 through 28 for the Castle Tower small key location.
Yeah, so 1 through 27 for Gan's Tower, or number 28 if you want to guess that it's vanilla. Oh, we had Ped too, I forgot about that. Except, it could be in Desert too, that's right. Could be Desert Big Key in GT, and then Castle
Okay,
Tower
we'll
Key
just
in
say
Desert.
we'll say 1 through 27 for the chest through Ganon's Tower, and then 28 is just not in Ganon's Tower.
Okay. What's your guess, Goy?
1. It's always 1.
That's always my guess. Stop copying me. Alright, I'm gonna guess 28.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 more locations in Turtle Rock. Did you not do those after TR?
Wait, what?
Did you do the Firelock test in TR?
Forgot about that. Yeah, you might do that now. Man, that's so easy to forget about. Just how often do you find this stupid fire rod on Laser Bridge?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the Firelock chest will be 28, you guys.
Alright, well, we're gonna guess which chest in GT has progression. We'll say that. Because it could be, there's still a few things it could be. We're still
specifically
missing.
the Castle Tower key
Yeah.
for the game. But he is also looking for the Desert Palace big key.
But yeah, chat pointed out GT not fully on logic because for a few reasons. We technically need. Wait, do we? Yeah, we technically need the Thieves Town small key to put Thieves Town in logic, and I think we need. Is it 2 Meyer small keys to put Meyer in logic? Something like that.
Dude, I have no idea. I didn't think you needed small keys for Vitreous.
I can't remember with Meyer, but I know
you can get to Vitreous without spending any small keys.
Yeah, you definitely though need the Thieves Town small key to put blind in logic. So that there's got to be some progression in Castle Tower or those 2 chests in Turtle Rock, but obviously we may not need them.
Walter trying to look cool, unfortunately just getting eaten by Cubos.
Okay, there's our last Turtle Rock small, and there's okay. There's the Desert Palace small, so Fear's gonna need that.
So that was 6. Walter realizing I don't actually need that small key under the pot. Let's move on. Number 7, just some rupees.
Oh, that's right, Pyramid Fairy, another possibility.
Number 10. 11, another piece of card. Nice magic throw. I lost count, by the way. I have no idea where we're at.
Yeah.
I think we're at 12, maybe?
Boy, you're not doing your job.
I'm not good at numbers.
Hey, half magic, the best item in the game. Alright, random room. Nothing.
Okay, I gotta count them all over again. So 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we're coming up on 18.
I hope it's GT Big Chest. Nope. Is it gonna be tile room? It could be tile room.
19's a bottle. $20, $21, $22. You do tower room?
Fear.
Do tower room.
Okay, Fear just kind of derped there. He wanted to... Why did he not beat Trinax?
He doesn't have a small
Oh, he doesn't have a small key. Oh no, he's got to go to
Yeah, I mean, this
Schoolwoods.
might end up being
and then,
good for him though, right? Because if the Castle Tower small key's here,
yeah. Yeah.
like if Walther forgets to check this, it'll be the last thing he does because he doesn't want to climb the mountain again.
Yeah, Fear wanted to mirror back to the beginning of the dungeon, but it brought him back to the stupid big chest. It's not tower room. There was nothing.
3. Walter's going up. So this means that he's orphaning those 2 chests in Turtle Rock.
And Fear's about to show us what they are. Oh, these sound small and butter short. Oh, that's awful.
I mean, I guess the Castle Tower key could be in Deep Stone.
It could be, but like, I'd forfeit before going back there.
I don't know, I think from Fear's position right now, I think it makes a lot of sense to do Thieves Zone
Yeah.
instead of going to GT. Like, he'll have to go to GT either way because he needs the TR small and the Desert Palace small that are there.
Yeah.
But they're both in Compass Room, which he might get those really quickly. So if he finds the Castle Tower and the Desert Palace big key before going up there, he can skip a lot of the tower.
Yeah, it still won't be enough to quite catch him up to Walter, but it would definitely be a time save. Yeah, and going back to what we said earlier, like, maybe Walter has just completely forgotten those TR tests, because, I mean, he did have a reasonable opportunity to check them. He took the TR portal to get to GT.
Yeah, he can even have just done them right after killing Trinex. Because that puts you, like, right at the front of the dungeon. I feel like if he had remembered them, he would have done them before climbing GT, because going all the way back up the mountain for those 2 checks is pretty unsavory.
Ooh, Walter missing one of the lizards there. It's always annoying.
It's a weird one to miss, though. Usually you miss the bottom right one when you do miss it.
Yeah. Alright, Fear taking out Mothula. That is crystal number 7, Fear. Oh no.
Well, it gets the magic though, I guess.
He didn't even get knocked off by the fireball, he just walked into the hole.
Alright, here we go. Check number 24. It's a big key for Skullwoods. Alright, so Castle Tower, the Lumberjack check is the Desert Palace big key.
Yeah. Does Walter know about that?
He doesn't have that information though.
Yeah, so he may just last location that.
Number 26. Just a piece of heart.
Oh yeah, Walter also gets silvers, by the way, which is kind of nice, but doesn't really care that much.
It looks like your agent will be going into Ganon's Tower and likely full clearing it.
Yeah. So what do we got in the last chest? Just a bottle.
No Castle Tower small key, which means that our Castle Tower small key will be number 28.
Hey, I'm right. Alright, so what do we got left? We got the last chest in Castle Tower. We got the Skullwoods big chest. We got the Thieves Town big chest. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, Pyramid Fairy as well.
Oh, right. It's kind of awkward. I mean, obviously you do the Castle Tower one first, because it's pretty quick. Like, you're already there, you mirror just over to it. But do you go Skullwoods next because it's the quickest of the 3?
Yeah, I think I do Castle Tower, Skullwoods, and then I'd probably do Pyramid Fairy before Thieves Town. Because Pyramid Fairy is 2 checks. Thieves Town is 1. Of course, Walter doesn't have the Thieves Town small key, so he would have to go back to Turtle Rock to get that.
Wait, was it his first look at the pyramid?
I don't know, maybe. Alright, Fear now in GT.
Not the Castle Tower. Looks like we're going Skullwoods.
Yeah.
Alright, Period gets those 2 small keys that he had burned earlier. Probably feels pretty good about that room.
Yeah. so he'll nope out and head back to Turtle Rock. I'm not sure if it... Did he... No, he wouldn't have saved the mirror portal. Alright, Scold's big chest. Nothing.
We're down to 3 locations in the game. Oh, going Thieves Town. I like it.
Alright. No, he doesn't have the Thieves Town small. Where is he going?
Oh, right. Yeah, I guess he's just gonna walk down to Pyramid Fairy then.
Has he not done, like, Purple Chest or something?
Oh, you're right. He hasn't done Smith Sequence at all.
Alright, so we are now past the 2-hour mark, and I can report that we have had no finishers whatsoever in the entire race. So, I mean, it is all dungeons keys, but even still, like, the fact that no one out of 25 people or so finished under 2 hours tells you that this was not a kind seat.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. The Castle Tower key could be in, Wait, no, it couldn't. Never mind. Just ignore me. I mean, most of you already do, so it's okay. But you, Eddie, ignore me.
Okay.
I was gonna say something that didn't make sense, but then I caught myself. Author's getting a little annoyed, I can tell. Just give me that Castle Tower key, he says.
Alright, here's our Pyramid Fairy check.
If he doesn't get punished for not getting those 2 chests in Turtle Rock, I'm very disappointed. Like, he had every opportunity to grab those and forgot about them.
Well, they're setting up the bomb dupe. No? Never mind. He was doing the hookshot thing, yeah.
It's not as cool as the bomb dupe, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if you hookshot onto a fence or something, and then start your dash before the bomb has, like, reached you, you can dash with the bomb. Ordinarily, you try to dash with it, the bomb just starts to explode. It's not here.
The punish! You deserve this, Walter.
Okay,
Oh,
now
poor
he
Walter.
hasn't done catfish, I think. No, wait.
Wait, where are we going?
He hasn't done hobo?
Really? Okay, whatever. The Lumberjack Big Key is the Desert Palace Big Key. It's the only one left. Okay, so does he remember the Turtle Rock chest? We're floating. Go to 1. You remember. Okay, good.
Alright, I see why no one has finished this so far. So you had to go to Laser Bridge, get the fire rod, and then remember to check the front of Turtle Rock to get the Thieves Town small key to go back to the Thieves Town big chest. I mean,
Yeah, what's really amusing is you could have completely skipped Cannon's Tower.
Yeah,
If
you
you didn't
could
put
have
those two
gone.
small keys like Fear did, like there was nothing here.
Yeah, that's crazy. But you would have had to route really weird to be able to do that.
Oh yeah. I don't think there was anything in the back of Thieves, right?
I don't think so.
So I guess like there was the potential that if you just really hate doing Thieves without the small key, you could have continued through the game deep enough to get that small key and just get the back then. You'd still have to double dip Thieves though, because you need the hookshot in the front.
Yeah. But, okay, Fear's still clearing out the basement of GT. Scheduled to climb.
So Walter finds his small key to Thieves Town, but he's going to continue to the dungeon to get the lava chest now.
Oh, right. Forgot he hasn't done this as well.
Compasses don't suck. I like it. That's true. Maybe he wouldn't remember lava chest without that 11 of 12 just gnawing at him. Fear Agent was trying for a top right ice armos that was adventurous. I'm pretty sure it's possible. That's just not it's not something you want to do.
Have you ever seen the task strat for this? It's pretty funny. It just like bounces all around the whole room.
I've seen the Yuzu strat for regular armos. I don't think I've seen the one you're talking about though.
There's a pretty funny task strat. And by task, I mean tool-assisted speedrun, which is basically just, you know, using whatever tools you can to clear the game as fast as possible. So you're allowed to like use save states and slow motion and all that kind of stuff. Makes for some pretty crazy runs.
And this is literal last location for Walter. There is nowhere else in the entire game he can go.
And not last location in this would be quite the gamble, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, you don't do this over GT, right? Like, there's no way. So like the only way you get this is by waiting to do Thieves Town until you have the small key, and the small key was so late in the seed that's just never gonna happen for anybody.
Yeah. You feel bad about doing it just because this is really boring to do, but you don't really feel...
Go mode!
Yeah, not quite, because he doesn't know.
Well, yeah, but like,
he's got two locations. Yeah.
No, he checked Castle Tower. He's just one now.
Oh, right. I mean, it was no mode before this because we knew there was only one thing that could be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's go
We found
mode.
all the fetch
Walker.
quests. We found every other key in the game.
Well, Fear will have an opportunity to get to the Castle Tower small key a little faster than Walter did, but he is pretty much too far behind to catch up.
And we're now past. We're 2 hours 11 minutes. We still have no finishers at all. This has been an awful seed for everyone involved.
Now that it's go mode, what locations can Walter skip? None, because he did them all. He's done everything.
Wait, I thought of one.
What?
Desert Pal's big chest.
Oh, okay, sure. Why not? Okay, whatever.
Mega Tower is so much more fun when you have tempered or butter. Like, Aga Tower on Fighter Sword is the worst. It just takes so many slashes to kill anything.
I think I've had like half of my seeds recently have been Fighter Sword Agatower seeds. And like with no other items to help, so I'm killing like the red spear guards with Fighter Sword spins.
Yeah, it's pretty awful. Oh, we have another guessing game. How many blue balls? Quick. You got 1 second to get your guessing check.
It's always 3.
There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. We're on pace for 15.
Well, if
Walter
there was
just-
going to be a 15 blue ball rando seed, it would be this one, right?
There's 4.
Still on pace.
5.
Oh my god. Please let this happen.
6.
Oh my god!
Alright, that was guaranteed to be not a blue ball. This one? 7.
Oh.
8.
Holy moly.
Oh,
Ruined!
Sorry.
Ruined!
it was still pretty awful. Like, 9. We can at least get double digits, right? 10.
This is glorious.
Alright, 10 blue balls. Wow.
Did anybody
I
guess
don't know if
that?
I don't know if I've ever seen 10 before.
Yeah, it is exceedingly rare to get more than like 4. And the more blue balls, the more rare it becomes.
Oh yeah, Walter's still not done. He has to go fetch that desert pig, and then go beat desert.
He was doing Pyramid Fairy, it looks like.
Yep. Alright. At 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds. Walter is finally in go mode.
He was already in go mode.
He was in no mode.
No, runners can't be in no mode. No mode is go mode.
You're in no mode.
Wow.
It didn't make sense, but I stand by it. Now, if Walter's smart, he'll run back into that portal and then save and quit.
Is Walter smart though?
I mean, he's
He'd
doing
forget.
pretty well.
He forgot those firelog tests.
That's true.
Fear Agent's still hoping this is a nice seed, but it's not.
I mean, 2 hours, 16 minutes, you're not in no mode, go mode. That's not nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're like watching the IRC and like seeing when other people finish, like you can pretty much reason out that it's probably the worst possible place it could be. But not everybody watches IRC when they're racing.
Fear hovered across the gap and then got knocked back into it by a mini MOBA. Alright, Walter is got all of the pendants. Go pull the pedestal, Walter. He's not gonna do that. No, Walter, you have a portal there. What are you doing? I guess he's got Aga portal, but
Confirmed not smart.
you're losing precious frames, Walter. Alright, time for Ganon. He's got 6 silver arrows. He better not miss more than 2, or he'll have to do some silverless spins. And Ganon with a bit of a non-sequitur there. Also making very quick work of these first 2 phases. Alright, come on, Seed, you gotta give us, like, I was gonna say you gotta give us a bunch more teleports, just for the hell of it, but it was actually relatively kind, Ganon. Oh, my God.
That was a little close there, buddy.
That was more than a little close. Oh crap. Oh, there's the final silver arrow for Walter. Get your GG's in chat. Holy crap, what a ridiculous seed this was.
GG. Walter.
And Walter is the winner of our restream and finishing in 4th place overall in the race with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 8 seconds.
Yeah, kind of interesting. When Walter dropped down to Ganon, nobody had finished.
Yeah.
Now he's
yeah. So first place was Lin with a time of 2:18:50. So Walter only a minute and change behind first place. Second place, Act the Boker, 2:19:17. And third place was 1UP40 with 2:19:55.
Literally every person last locations this game.
What a ridiculous seed. So looks like Walter will be joining us shortly to talk about that one. I should have been keeping notes because I don't even know, like, oh, hey, Walter.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Do you know where you went wrong?
So was there a mix-up from the planner tournament and the Davis play?
I don't think so.
Yeah. How? Okay, so I was wondering one thing at the end there. How's Feast Town in Logic without that small key? Because doesn't it require 4 small keys? Well, doesn't it require 4 small keys to get that? Feast Town key? No, never mind.
No.
Feast Town key was.
It was in the top of Thieves Town, so there's.
Oh,
no
yeah,
small keys.
Right. It only required 3 small keys. Okay, never mind.
Right, yeah, because you had to get to Laser Bridge to get.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
can you confirm for us that you just forgot about this test, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
You had 2 like really good opportunities to grab them and didn't do so.
Yeah, when I finished Turtle Rock, I marked off every chest except for one because I was for some reason thinking I already did everything except for the big key chest, so I completely forgot that.
Yeah, because you like between you and first place, like that one extra climb up the mountain was the difference.
Yeah,
maker.
for sure. Yeah, I would not have gone, like, if I had the choice between Feast Town and Turtle Rock in the end, I would have chosen Feast Town, I think, 100%.
How about 10 blue balls? That
was the
awesome.
moment when I was like, is this actually a real seed? Or oh, it was cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, Koi, do you still accept viewer seeds?
For now. Though I think I might be suspicious when somebody gives me an all dungeons Keysanity.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a fair amount of all dungeon keys. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad.
Yeah, this one was pretty bad.
So the big difference maker between you and Fear Agent, who is on his Aga-1 fight right now, was when you guys went up the mountain. So Fear Agent went. He didn't do Thieves Town first, but he did do Graveyard Ledge. So he went up the mountain with the mitts and no hookshot, and you went up the mountain with hookshot and no mitts. So after doing the mountain and you each get the other's item, the mountain looked way better for you than it did for him because all he had left was Hookshot Cave, where you had Hookshot, Super Bunny, and Spike.
Oh, okay.
And that Hookshot Cave, the Ice Palace, Big Key, and the Flippers, that just led to everything else. Every Crystal Dungeon led to the next one in turn.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, straight on after that.
Yeah.
Until the end, I guess.
Fear ended up double dipping a bunch of dungeons that you were able to single dip.
Yeah, he ended up going to Pod while you were going to Hookshot Cave, and it just like went really bad from there. Eventually, he got back on track, but it was too late.
If I didn't get the big key for Ice Pulse, like as soon as he saw that big key, I was like, "Oh, I'm fake flipper in there." But then they got the flippers too, so I was like, "Oh, okay, now it's in Logic." But I was thinking, like, if I didn't get anything on Dark Death Mountain, to just go to Pod instead. And I got really salty as soon as I got that hint about Graveyard Ledge, because my plan was to go there, but then I got the Hera big key, and I was like, let's just climb instead.
Oh, so you were planning to go there right away after Death Mountain?
Yeah, I was gonna go there and then go up to Catfish.
Yeah, see, Fear Agent had already done Graveyard Ledge, so the hint was even worse for him.
Yeah. I kind of started to get around about hints when I saw that Hera small key hint.
That was the best.
But then I got the Meyer hint, and I was like, yeah, screw hints.
All right, Fear Agent picking up that Desert Palace big key. He is now officially in go mode. And Koi got angry with me that I called this go mode.
Go mode is the point in the game where you now know where everything is and can get it.
That is no
It's
mode.
It's not when you actually get it. No mode. But for the runner though, no mode is go mode because that's when you stop opening extra locations.
I counted for the sake of the discussion. When I got the small key to Agate Tower, I counted as go mode, even though I didn't know what was on the Lumberjack because it had to be the big key at that
It was
point.
the only thing left.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't check in the entire game, like, I didn't pick up everything, but the only thing I didn't check was the big key in Desert, I think.
Yeah.
Or the big chest.
That is the only thing we never saw or got a hint about.
It has to be a bottle, right? No, maybe not.
No. I think it's
Meyer's
probably
small, right?
junk.
Or
Maybe Meyer small. Yeah.
Wood small?
And yeah, I did see the red mail, but I didn't have flippers when I was there.
Also, you could have saved yourself like 10 extra seconds by running into the portal after Desert and saving quitting.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know what you were
I didn't
thinking.
think about that. I thought my execution was like, it was kind of weird, because like in some parts in dungeons it felt like it was like on fire, and then some parts it was just like, what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of like stopped paying attention to execution because this seed was just all about
Yeah.
who can just put up with the most BS thrown your way.
Yeah, I'm actually super surprised I finished so high as I did, seeing where the go mode ended up being.
I mean, how do you possibly route in Thieves Town Big Chest anywhere other than last? Like, it'd be such
that
a...
was
probably go there
interesting
before
note.
Kurt Rock at least.
It was possible to do that though, right? Because like there was nothing in Ganon's Tower.
Oh, it's possible.
All you had to do was just really hate going to Thieves Town without the small key.
Yeah. Man, Ganon's Tower is so bad. There's like... on the right side as well, there was like only small keys, but none of the small keys you needed.
Fear needed 2 of those. He didn't save Scum the Desert Palace key, and he opened Lava Chest.
Oh, did he actually like check it without saves coming in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Both
kind
of
of
them.
brave in an old
So he
dungeon.
needed both of those small keys that were in Compass Room to beat the game. It ended up like not really hurting him though, right? Because like obviously everybody full clear GT.
Yeah.
197. That's a collection rate.
Yeah, I guess it's 215 if you count the stuff we saw.
Well, yeah. 214 because of the Hera
Oh
big
yeah.
chest.
Well, I think that counts because we know where it's in there.
Alright, get your GGs in chat for Fear Agent, who is going to get that sub 230. And Fear comes in 12th place with an official time of 2:29:38. And GGs to both of you. So we'll see if Fear wants to join us. In the meantime, I will read off our other finishers. We had Files in 5th place with a 2:20:55. Just 2 seconds later, Plasma Kappa comes in 6th at 2:20:57. Frostbite 3030 was in 7th with a 222. Wolfie Dragon 1990 in 8th place with a 223. Bonta in 9th place, also with a 223, just about 15 seconds later. And Shiva Hayes coming in 10th place with a 226. Ravis in 11th, 227. And, of course, Fear Agent was 12th. I'll just ask Fear one more time if he wants to join us. But in the meantime, let me throw some links in chat here. Follow our runners, Fear Agent, Walter LaForth. They are both fantastic runners, putting on a great show of working through this heck of a seed. Our tracker was Jinxie Girl. Show her some love. And of course, my co-commentator, Koi. And myself, I was Etienne.
Wait, what? I heard my name.
I'm just giving credit where credit's due.
Thanks, Etienne, for commentating with me.
And yeah. So Fear should be. He's in the setup room. There he is. GG's Fear.
All right, GG's.
So that was a
GG's, dude.
seed.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of All Dungeons Keysanity, and I'm remembering why I don't play a lot of All Dungeons
Yeah.
Keysanity.
Well, this one was particularly bad. I looking at the finishing times, I can't see how anyone would have not last locationed that key in Thieves Town Big Chest.
I don't even remember where the Thieves Town Small Key was.
It was in
Firelock,
Turtle
dude.
Rock.
Mm.
Yeah, Walter last location that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like pretty burnt out on the game right now, and this didn't help.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's hard to being a competitive person and constantly losing by more than 10 minutes. And,
Yeah.
you know, this seed, I mean, I don't play a lot of Keysanity, so, you know, not winning is not the biggest deal, but I don't know.
Well, this
I did some dumbs in the beginning. Like I did Hyrule Castle 3 times in the first 20 minutes.
I think it mostly just came down to this one single decision between you and Walter, and that was when you guys went up the mountain.
Yeah, that when I got the
so, like,
mitts, and then
The God Vision would have been to get the mitts and the hook shot before going to the
Yeah.
mountain.
mhm.
Walter went without the mitts, and you went without the hook shot. And so that meant when Walter got that hint for the mitts being in Graveyard Ledge, like the sea just kind of came together at that point. He gets the mitts, he goes back up the mountain to Hookshot Cave, Super Bunny, and Spike Cave. Where when you go back and you get the hook shot, it's just Hookshot Cave.
Yeah.
You know, so it made a lot more sense for you to go to Pod there. But the Hookshot Cave was the play, right? That's where
Yeah, because then
yeah, everything else.
Yep. And then you get the boots like an hour and a half in. Like that's terrible.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
guess what? You still have another hour to go.
Yeah.
Walter, did you finish? Did you do everything in GT?
Yeah. I forgot to go back into Touch Rock after finishing it to grab those 2 fire rod chests. So I used full clear GT.
Well, you probably would have full clear GT anyway.
Yeah. But then, yeah. And then just, yeah, I pretty much last
You
location
might
in
have-
Small Key afterwards.
You might have gotten to the Thieves Town Big Chest a little earlier, because then you could have done like Skullwood's Big Chest, Thieves Town Big Chest, and then Smith's sequence.
Yeah, definitely would have done it before going up to Touch Rock. That's about the any like big major dumps I felt like I did in terms of forgetting stuff.
I did everything except for one item in Ice Palace. I did everything else. I couldn't. There was nothing left to open.
Yeah, I had the same with one in Desert.
Would you skip an ice?
I missed the
big
bomb
chest.
jump.
Oh. Okay, I thought you missed the big chest.
No, I missed the freeze or bomb jump from the right side, and
Yeah, it was a pretty nasty seed for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've seen a non-entrance seed where the winning time was like over 2:15.
Same.
That's,
There was
that's
a
crazy.
point in this run where I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can get a sub 2 in this one. kind of disappeared pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I think with that, we're going to start to wrap things up here. Fear or Walter, did you guys have any sort of final thoughts about the seed?
there was just like the opposite of fun. That was like one of the worst seeds I've ever played. Like it was just not
Yeah.
nothing about that seed was like, oh, this is a fun. I want to do this. Like if I watch this, I'm sorry. Like this is not exactly what randomizer is all the time. Because that was not fun.
Yeah, there was definitely kind of a stretch in the middle there where we were even like sort of struggling to think of things to talk about. It was just kind of just wait until we find the next progression. But
I liked
You know.
it.
yeah, it was like it was definitely funny. And then of course the seed had to have that final troll with the 10 blue balls on Aga.
Yeah, that's crazy. We had like 8 in a row, which is just like insane.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that'll do it for us. Coming up on Speed Gaming at 5 Eastern, that's in 20 minutes, is Pokemon Red Blue. That's the any percent glitchless tournament. Later on at 9, we got a few different things. Final Fantasy, Magic, The Gathering Arena, and of course another Link to the Past daily race. That one will be in open mode. Should be at least a little kinder than this seed. But that's what's on the schedule for the rest of the day. But yeah, final shout out to Jinxie Girl for tracking, and Koi. I guess we'll throw it over to you for the last word.
Bye. Brando's awesome.
Yeah.